I want you to walk us through your routine, morning and night, products, everything. And then I want to hear some of your other hacks, tips, and tricks if you have them. So we already know, go to Thailand for the stem cells
and the placenta,
do the diaper cream and the Cicoplast on long haul flights.
On the long haul flights. You can use it also at night. Like if you are prone to flaking after Roaccutane or tretinoin, that is a great one. You can use that every single night, not a problem. So my routine in the AM, sometimes depending on what it is, like if I'm in New York and I've been in New York like every month and it's winter time, I wake up. If I don't go to the gym, I don't need to wash my face because technically I went to bed with a clean face. But if I'm in Bangkok, for example, and I work out every morning, I will wash my face. So I use my Molecular Silk Amino Hydrating Cleanser. I use the probiotics mist from Allies. I do 3 serums. Now, I'm not saying anybody needs to use 3 serums. It's what I do. So I really want to just state you can just use 1 serum and that's really great. But for me right now, I'm on azelaic acid. I'm using tranexamic and I'm using growth factors. Because I just want to be as bright as I possibly can. I want an even skin tone. And I also want to make sure I'm not breaking out while I travel. Then I use the eye cream and then the peptides antioxidants firming daily treatment, and I use an SPF. At night, I do the cleansing balm. I always double cleanse at night. So I do the cleansing balm from Allies and then the Molecular Silk Amino Hydrating Cleanser. I use 3 serums and then at night it's a little bit different. I use copper tripeptide, growth factors, and tranexamic acid, because at night it's all about repairing and reducing inflammation while you sleep. And the copper serum from Allies Skin is actually quite wonderful because there's an ingredient in there called saccharide isomerate, which I sort of discovered about 6 years ago, and I just added it in because I just thought it would be so great. It's been shown to thicken the skin, which is really what we want, because when we over exfoliate, when we get older, the skin gets thinner. And it's been shown in clinical studies to actually help thicken the epidermis or the skin of perimenopausal and menopausal people. So if you are having, perimenopausal symptoms, or if you're going through menopause and you're listening to it, saccharide isomerate is a really great one. We use 2%, which is maxed out. So even though I'm not going through menopause, I really like it for thickening the skin. The thicker your skin is in life, physically, just the better it is, right?
Yeah.
The eye cream, and then I use the retinol night cream. I use the 0.1 because I'm a seasoned retinol user, and then the Avene Cicafer
to lock everything
in. Yeah, with the C. Sorry, I mix the C15 oil with the retinol night cream, and I top it up with the Avene.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay, I'm like trying to memorize this.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'm influenced.
I love that.
Me influenced. Are people not doing hydroquinone anymore?
No, I think it's still dermatologists, and I have a bunch of dermatologist friends. They all consider it the gold standard. But I have melasma, and mine's really from just abusing my skin too much. And it started when I went to Korea in 2015, and I went to like what I was told was like the best like celebrity derm clinic at that time. And then I was like, okay, I want to get rid of my pores. And he was like, okay, you got this laser is really great, right? It was the most painful thing I've ever experienced. It was this insane CO2 laser, which I really, really don't recommend. I think it was like an old one. I had to go back for 6 days to the clinic to replace the bandages because they had to put silicone patches. Like I was bleeding, like my skin came off. And then I was filled with so much melasma. So that was that thing. And I've also realized that, for example, last year, I made friends with somebody who has a longevity clinic. And she said, because that's where I do like NADs and things like that. So I've never done anything on my face there. And she's like, hey, come, let me try my treatments. I'll take care of you. I was like, oh, okay. Worst mistake. Because last July, I had what I thought was like the best skin of my life. And for me to go through everything I've been through and for me to say I was so happy, I was happy. So that's a big thing for me. But I didn't allow myself to be happy because I just thought, oh my gosh, how much more could I like push it?
Yeah.
So then I went, she was the worst injector. She was stabbing my face. She was stabbing my face with the needles, and I remember like the needle got stuck in there, and she just laughed and pulled out, and she reused
What was she injecting?
Like placenta and like exosomes and things like that, which again I didn't need because my skin was so great. I went from so great skin to literally like my barrier was disrupted and damaged and everything like that. And I couldn't use any, like literally my skin was so sensitive, and I just thought, how could I supercharge this? And then I remember I was meditating and I thought, oh my gosh, I basically came up with an idea. I found a pharmaceutical drug company that we're basically working with right now out of this. So I managed to, turn lemons into margaritas.
Once again.
So I was really grateful, but it taught me a really important lesson. Like I realized that because of how I felt about myself, so much of what I was doing was self-harm masquerading as self-care. Like I couldn't accept that my skin was good enough, right? I couldn't accept that I was good enough. So I was basically scrambling to try to like fix these like things that I thought needed to be fixed because I didn't feel whole. And I got myself into so much trouble. And so sometimes the best thing is to really just like love yourself. That's really what I've learned.
I can relate to that so much because I feel like I was kind of at that point prior to when I got the sickness from Botox. I felt like when I look back now, I'm like, I looked perfect, like flawless. There was not one thing. And yet when you get to that point, you're chasing the next thing. And I think that that's just human nature. I look back at when I was really into like tracking calories and macros and exercising my body. Same thing. I was so lean, no fat on my body, and I didn't see it that way. And in some ways, what happened as a result of the Botox, as devastating as it was, it really changed the trajectory of my life. I know that sounds dramatic, but it really did. I was so sick. And a lot of things in my life unraveled as a result of that. And then I put them back together. And even though I don't look like that anymore, I'm so much...
The scars are still inside.
Yeah, but I'm so much happier now and more at peace now with my looks and my everything in my life. Even though it's like we were talking before, I'm dealing with all these health struggles as a result of that. But still, like I needed to go through that, I think. I think I'm still learning like why, and I'm still on that journey.
Yeah.
But I can look back on it and be like, God, yeah, I was at that point too. Like it was not enough. And something needed to happen to intervene.